together, and they were all filled with the Holy Spirit, and they spake the word of the Lord with boldness. And the multitude of them that believed were of one heart and of one soul. Neither said any of them that ought of the thing which he possessed were his own, but they had all things common. And with the great power gave the apostles witness of the resurrection of the Lord Yahushua, and great grace was upon them all. Neither was there any among them that lacked, for as many as were possessors of lands or houses sold them, and bought the prices of the things which they were sold, that were sold, and laid them down at the apostles' feet.
Right, so they sold everything that they had and laid at the apostles' feet. Okay, they were on one accord to take care of one another.
That's right. Yep.
Okay, we're going to have to read that same
It says, and laid it down at the apostles' feet, and distributed, and distribution was made unto every man according as he had need. And Hosea, who by the apostles were named Barnabas, which is being interpreted the son of Consolation, a Levite, and of the country of Cyprus, having land, sold it, and brought the money and laid it at the apostles' feet. That's the end of chapter 4.
Yeah, going to 5. Yeah, then go to 5. Because 5, 1, and 2.
Yeah, because there were several famines that went on during the reign of Claudius. Okay. Go ahead,
This is Acts 11, and I'll start at verse 27. It says, and in these days, prophets from Jerusalem into Antioch, and it says, let's see, maybe I'll go up to
Church at Antioch. Yeah.
It's verse 25. It says, then departed Barnabas of Tarsus to seek Saul, and when he found him, he brought him into Antioch. And it came to pass that a whole year they assembled themselves with the church and taught much people. And the disciples were called Christians first in Antioch. It says, and in these days came prophets from Jerusalem unto Antioch. Verse 28, and there stood one of them named Agabus, and sanctified by the Spirit that there should be a great dearth throughout all the world.
That's right. There should be a great dearth throughout all the world. You look at that word dearth, it goes to famine. Right? So there were several famines that actually happened during the time of famine.
Scarcity of famine.
We spoke about it in Acts 4. Another one spoke about it in Acts 11.
Right.
So there was a lot of birth pains that happened prior to that great persecution that happened in 70 AD. Like Jacob get kicked out of Rome, being persecuted, right? So it culminated with something, right? Basically, again, 70 AD. We coming in real times, man. We're gonna start seeing those birth pains, brothers.
Yeah.
She gonna get real, then it might get better. Then, hey, 5 years ago we was locked down. Now it's gas going up, cost of living going up. Then it might simmer down and gonna get hot again. Hey, be in them time, brothers. Go ahead, what's more than that?
You gotta keep reading because it's going to Claudius Caesar.
Started back in Acts 11:28. It says, and there stood up one of them named Agabus, and sanctified by the Spirit that there should be great dearth throughout all the world, which come to pass in the days of Claudius Caesar.
Days of Claudius Caesar. And again, there were several famines that happened during his reign. Okay? Alright? We're coming into times where resources are going to get very scarce. Alright? So you have to practice being a brother now. You ain't going to just wake up and just be super brother, man.
Right.
You're gonna be switch. You're gonna be attentive. You're gonna be there. No, bro. You gotta do that now.
Shit, we practicing now.
You know? Not when in the thick of things. That's like somebody saying, you know, I'm gonna be a world champion, but he just, you know, half-heartedly working out. He drinking. You know what I'm saying? Every weekend, like that one Eddie Griffin movie, Baby Daddy.
Yeah.
When you had the one dude that Mike, that nigga smoked weed, but he wanted to be a boxer.
Anthony
Yeah. All right. You know what I'm saying? Like, you get high, you think you gonna be some. No, bro. It don't work like that.
No.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, when you in boxing, if you ain't working out, you cheat. You at the gym with the girl, you cheat.
Yeah.
You chilling watching TV, you cheat. Right? How much more so for this truth?
Right.
You just chilling. You know good goddamn well you got camp. But you, oh, you got class. How about that? Jacob
Right.
Fuller, you got class. Just come on. You can't make it. I can't make it. You being lackadaisical showing up. What you think gonna happen when you really gotta show up, bro? You gonna find a way to take the back seat.
Right.
Or to cut corners, bro. You know? Tell you brother that can't make it, you can't make it. I'm not judging nobody. You know, I'm not talking down, you know what I mean? Little brothers feel that way. I ain't trying to make nobody feel uncomfortable, bro. Or, you know what I'm saying? Or nothing like that. Come on, man. You know, you're not gonna just turn it on, though, brother.
Right.
You know?
Now, that's why the scripture, that's why the Bible said put on as the elect. He said put on later, put on as the elect now. Yeah, go ahead, bro.
Oh, no, I'm just saying you gonna however you practicing, that's how you gonna play. You know what I'm saying? You practicing half-ass, you gonna play half-ass. You know what I'm saying? That's just how it is, man. You know, you gotta go hard in practice if you plan on going hard in the game. You know what I'm saying?
You got some great singers out there that can really sing, but they ain't practicing. It's gonna show when it's time to get on that stage. Right? You ain't gonna hit that key like you're supposed to. You gonna forget that damn line. You be mumbling.
You be like
Whitney. I was thinking about Whitney Houston there. Bitch on stage forgot her lines. To be woo! Fucking in practice.
go fuck around and sound like what's that group that was lip singing?
Oh,
Color Me Bad.
Billy
Color Me Bad.
No, Billy.
Gonna be lip.
Girl, you know it's gorgeous.
She go-
CD skipping. Girl, you know shit.
It happened, bro.
Girl, you
That was
know it's gorgeous.
Milli Vanilli, right?
Yeah.
I used to think with bright eyes right off stage. Bro.
Yeah, and one of them killed himself.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bro, imagine you global, bro. Ain't nobody knew this shit.
You get found out.
Had this.
You get found out. They stole that song, bro.
Wow, I
Damn.
damn.
Girl, you know they stole it.
Damn.
They gonna say
1,500 years later, I did
lip
not
singing
find.
the whole time.
Cause them cats was cold. You get dressed, you go to a house party, get the chick. You like, damn, these niggas lip singing the whole time.
Damn, bro. That's crazy.
Cause they gonna do no practicing. Like you said, you gonna miss that note and that line. Even when I was going to broadcasting school, we have vocal coaching. Here it is, you a singer, but you ain't going to no vocal coaching. You don't do nothing now, but you think you got it. Go out there and sound like Martin. Through. Fucked up. Good and terrible.
Right? A guy like AI, as cold as he was, had the pictures on his back. What do you say, man? We talking about practice. Guess what? As cold as he was, he never got that ring.
Nope.
Man, he
That's-
was cold.
Nice.
Revolutionized the game. They made rules behind that dude, man.
Yeah.
That's how cold he was. But let me talking about practice. Not the game. Practice. I ain't gotta show up. I ain't gotta show up to class. I've been doing this. I read my word. I ain't got a fellowship with them. I ain't gotta be around y'all like that.
Right.
I love y'all, but shit, hey. Okay. All right. But when shit hit the fan,
Boy.
when you just turns to super brother.
Right.
No, bro. You ain't been in the game. You ain't been in the game.
This is Romans 15 and verse 14. This is Paul. He says, and I myself also am persuaded for you, my brethren, that ye also are full of goodness, filled with all knowledge, able also to admonish one another. And that was elders mentioned. That's the admonishment. If I can go into that, when you go into that word admonishment, it's going to admonish, warn, exhort. So even, like I said, even though you have this truth, you know the word, it's always good to get admonished, because you can become lackadaisical. You can, kind of lay back, chill. And the Lord put His Spirit on another brother to see certain things in you, to let you know, to warn you, exhort you, like, hey, I see you doing this too much. You're not doing enough. That's what that get you back on your game. That's what a coach or your teammates would do. Hey, bro, I see you over there. You don't be practicing your shot all the time. Get over there and shoot a little more. You got a nice game. You can shoot 30% from the three. Try to get up to 40 or 45. So certain things that you don't see in yourself, a brother will. And then is how you take it. Right. After he exhort you, you know what I'm saying, or admonish you.
Right. You get the next verse in the NLT.
Come. This is Romans 15. Verse 15 in the NLT. It said, even so, I have been bold enough to write about some of these points, knowing that all you need is this reminder.
That's what it is, man.
Need a reminder? Yep.
I'm not here talking down on nobody, because, I got my own shit. I got things I got to work on, you know what I'm saying?
Man.
Lord willing, I can accept what I'm telling you, brother.
Yep.
Show up when I can, I know we got situations, obligations and stuff like that. Sometimes it can get very difficult when the only time that you have is a Friday.
Yeah.
But the Lord sees you putting forth an effort to please Him, man.
Right. This is Sirach chapter 12 in verse 8. It says, a friend cannot be known in prosperity, and an enemy cannot be hid in adversity.
That's right. Hey, when you down your ass, when you assed out, when you looking bad out here, your friends, your brothers, man, that's the ones you see.
Yeah.
That one dude that you try to call and you thought y'all was cool, and he turned to you and he speak this to you and he got all this shit to say about you. You gonna know who your enemy is, but you gonna know who can hold you down, your friends, man.
Right.
That's what you focus on, bro. Sometimes we get caught up and focus on